Hey, what's going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt back again with Matt's Wrestling Collectibles. As I had said yesterday, we were going to do a room update, a room tour, and I will try to keep this as brief as I can with everybody today. But let's start it right off and get right into it without further ado. We do have the AEW wall. This is what everybody sees from my videos anyway. This is the view that you guys have always been able to get. And oh, there we go. We've got Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right on the TV alongside with some SummerSlam 2006, a great throwback. Had to put that on after work today. Something I wanted to catch up on is the SummerSlam events before we get back into SummerSlam this year. But as I was saying, AEW figures on this wall. We try to keep everything uniform and intact, but we will come through and show you from one end to the other here. And we've got plenty of unmatched and unrivaled figures, some in which I have just recently picked up, others I have had since they came out quite some time ago. And there is everything in here from the second version of Series 1 all the way up to the most recent series that is in stores for me anyway. And whether that be Unmatched Series 3 or I believe Unrivaled Series 8. That is what we have out right now and what we are able to get from the local stores anyway. But that is most of the AEW collection there. Over here we have some video games and obviously my TVs and my setup. So when we do have UFC or wrestling or anything that we do over here, we get the guys together and we try to get it on both TVs and do a little simulcast, which is always great. Got a few older figures over here. Nothing crazy, a little backstory on them. As far as you can see, all of them look a little beat up, but as we can see here, that Shawn Michaels is the first figure that I've ever received in my collecting days. I believe I got that Shawn Michaels sometime around 98 or 99, which is when I started collecting the wrestling figures. And we've got some other ones over here. We've got Owen Hart and Cactus Jack. They have seen better days. My first dog that I ever had as a kid, unfortunately, got his hands, or I should say his teeth, on these two figures, and thankfully the Owen didn't get as much damage. Cactus, unfortunately, lost a hand, but that's all right. You know, couldn't be any worse. You could be the one-legged Ultimate Warrior. He had also seen better days as well, but a couple of figures there that I've held on to for quite some time, and like I said, that Shawn Michaels in the zebra print style pants, the first figure I ever got. It's just something that I can never get rid of. Couldn't part with it. I don't care how much money somebody offered me. I just could not sell that figure. But as you can see here, we got some video games and some setups. That's another little passion that I do have. I do collect video games, and we will show you that in a minute here. But a little dark, trying to get some light in there. There we go. We've got the Superboy, which is the portable Super Nintendo system. Pretty cool. You can also play that on the TV. The N64, the Sega Saturn, the PS3, the Xbox One. Then we've got the PS4, the PlayStation 2. We've got the original Game Boy, and that was my grandmother's. Another thing that I just cannot get rid of. So happy to be able to have that after all these years, and in immaculate condition at that. And we also have the Super Nintendo Mini, which is the preloaded console, has 22 or 21 awesome and amazing preloaded games, as well as the Neo Geo Mini, which is awesome as well. We have the Neo Geo there, and that has 40 preloaded games. You can play it on the set TV top console that it comes with, or you can play it right on your larger TV and enjoy it on a more of a arcade style and base. And we make our way over to the bookshelves now. We've got the NXT War Games double cage arena, cage ring, I should say, and something that I was very happy to be able to pick up. A couple of figures I've just gotten recently. We've got our New Japan, and of course, you know, had to get this figure for mainly the fact that it came with the two belts, and I am a sucker for belts. And I had to grab that, so there was just no denying that, as well as some of the other New Japan Super 7 figures that I am actually looking for now. Bought this one, and now I'm on a kick to find some more. We've got Skip Sheffield from Series 11, the basic. It's got the NXT, or I should say Nexus armband on it, and that was just one that I've recently gotten. I'm trying to collect all of the Nexus figures at this point, so we're slowly getting back there. We come down, we have the Ultimate Editions. We've got John Cena, Kane, and Hulk Hogan, just the 3 that I have currently, but more are on the way, of course. We've got a couple of ringside exclusives and the entrance greats, Jeff Hardy. And with that entrance greats, Jeff Hardy, I'd like to show everybody this. Now, I'm not claiming this to be real, fake, or anything. I picked this up along my travels. It is supposed to be a prototype of the Series 1 Elite Jeff Hardy. Obviously, I can't get the best view of it as I'd like. I do have it in this ringside Defender. It's just a nice way to hang it up and keep it, from the elements. But the figure itself does seem like it could be real. It does seem like it could be an actual prototype. The paint on the armbands and the paint within the face is definitely on very well. I have tried to wipe it off. The paint that is on the body itself, the shoulders and the neck area that you see exposed, those areas are a little bit more fragile, I should say, with the paint, but nonetheless a great figure, and I think it came out well to whoever either customized this, or if it is a true prototype. I mean, it is definitely something that I'm holding on to until I can get a little bit better confirmation. But as I've looked it over multiple times, it could possibly be a prototype, but I'm not going to sit here and say it is or is not. Just something cool that I'm happy to have in the collection. And then as we make our way over to the shelves next to it, we have our video game collection. Like I said, I definitely have a few video games, just a couple. I wouldn't say it's excessive at all. And by no means is this a collection that is taking the cake from anybody else. It is certainly not the largest video game collection in any means, but I do have quite a few games. And then over here we have some DVDs, we have some VHSs, and a couple of things here that I've just kind of thrown into this shelf for the time being. But those are the bookcases. Oh, I didn't even show you guys the shelf. We'll take a little peek in there. We've got the Vince McMahon CM Punk 2-pack, unfortunately missing the Punk, and hopefully getting that at some point in the future. The package next to it was a custom box that I made for a figure. He's just kind of sitting back there, but there's no figure in there anymore. We've got a couple of loose guys over here, a couple of Hasbros, the LJN original Big John stud, and then we have a Bendham's official Diesel, and he's still in the package, a little banged up, but a cool piece to the collection, as well as this Racing Champions WCW Micros truck and trailer with the race car in the back there coming out. That was something that I've gotten quite some time ago and just hung on to it. Making our way over to the little corner here of the Hourglass Elites. I have not added to these in quite some time, but these are a couple of guys that I have had for a while now. They are obviously Jericho, HBK, and CM Punk, but 3 that I just could not part with in time and have always stuck by and stuck in the collection. So that is that corner in the bookcases, the bookshelves here, and yeah, it's definitely coming along, getting there, and putting a lot of effort into trying to make this display as nice as I can, as well as, what it used to be back in the day when I had my walls covered from ceiling to floor. And, we're getting there. Piece by piece, we fill in the little spots here, the layers, the bricks, piece by piece, and we make our way over to this area now. We have got some of the white box style and blue package style Elites before they switch to the smaller packages. A couple of great figures here between the 20-0 Undertaker, the ringside exclusive Austin. Love the USA look Cena. We have Cody Rhodes with the face mask as not dashing Cody Rhodes yet, but he was on his way. The Daniel Bryan Toys R Us exclusive, swapped that out with 2 actual WWE tag belts and got rid of the penny belts quite some time ago. We do have The Shield, Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose. I did not pick up the Roman Reigns back in the day, but I did keep these for all this time, and as of yesterday, you guys have seen that I've added the Bruno Sammartino to the mix, and I got to thank Dean for that. You can check him out on YouTube at DJTV, Dean Joseph TV. It is a great channel, and always giving him a shout out whenever I get the chance. little piece here for some people from the 90s, the early 2000s. Hit clips. Got to have a couple of them in your collection. I mean, how can you not? Awesome to see that again, you know, and especially in the package. How wild is that? Hit clips, what a thing they were back in the early 2000s. And of course, we've got our Yu-Gi-Oh! Dual wheel card holder. I don't even know what you want to call it. It is something that I have had for quite some time, hanging there with the United States spinner necklace, John Cena. Oh my God, how many of those did I have as a kid? And god awful that I even wore those in public. But a wrestling fan through and through, and that's the way it goes. Now, let's make our way to the place that you never see, the wall that is always being hidden behind the camera, and check out the rest of our Elite collection. And boy, do we have this wall starting to get full. The second row is almost complete, but as we go through it, let me take you down the line here. Not going to name off all the figures, but just a few that we really like. The first one, that top corner, Brock Lesnar, as the Brock that I remember growing up watching, of course. The RVD in the tiger print outfit, I think that's great. The singlet, we've got the Goon, which I love. The Kama exclusive or collector's edition up there. We've got the Kofi and Big E in the matching attire for the Get Well Soon Xavier Woods. We've got both versions of the Big Boss Man. Really upset that back in the day, I did have the Elite 14, but as time has gone on, I no longer have that. I've sold it, and now with the two newer versions replacing it, we've got some legends up there. Obviously, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, love the NWO, love WCW, can't get enough of that. And as we make our way down here, we just recently picked up the Top Picks, Rock and John Cena. Was happy to get those, as I don't believe I will be in the search for the Series 3 Cena anymore after reacquiring that attire. And as we continue to make our way down here, we've got the Dudley Boys. We've got D'Lo Brown, Lord Steven Regal, Harlem Heat, Umaga, Kane. We've got so many guys here. The Ultimate Warrior in his final day, his final appearance on Monday Night Raw. We've got the Weasel, Bobby Heenan. The Edge that just recently came out. I do not have the variant yet, but looking forward to grabbing that. And as we make our way into this final section, this is the UFC figures that I have, and looking to complete the second series, which is actually called Series 1. The very first series was not numbered. So Series 1, technically Series 2, looking to complete that. And then we've got just our one Lone Ranger here, the Jeff Hardy in the retro style Hasbro figures. So we've got that one sitting there, just kind of hanging out until we get some more and maybe make a spot for it. But that is basically the room. That is basically what we have to show you here today. I've also got the packaging and the original box from the War Games inside the Mattel package there. A couple of things we have for sale I put down here on this shelf with the rack, so those items are for sale. You can always check that out on our Facebook page at Matt's Wrestling Collectibles. And of course, we've got our little area here where we, you know, try to do some type of work or something productive, but as best we can, right? So that is basically the essence of the collection right now. That is the update, gives you an idea of what we're working with here, and I will give you one full spin around the room, let everybody take a look at what we've got here. And this is where I come to hang out. This is where I come to collect, and where I come to watch the pay-per-views, and whether that be UFC, WWE, AEW, all the above. But guys, this is Matt with Matt's Wrestling Collectibles, and I just want to say thank you, as always, for following along. Sabu just took a pretty good bump there. Good match here with the Big Show. I actually forgot this was even a thing. But as always, guys, I appreciate the support. Please do me a favor, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share, and please tell your friends. As always, your good friend Matt here, and I will see you all in the next video. Stay tuned.